So I have a couple of questions. I asked my friend in Sweden last night. So where are you from?
I'm from Lima, Peru, capital city of Peru, Lima City.
Okay. And where are you now?
Right now in my house with my family, we've just been put under quarantine a couple of days ago. To be more precise, the national decree was mentioned through TV and through all sources of communication at around 8 to 9 p.m., in which it was decreed that people should remain under all costs at home and should be coming out in case that they want to get first-hand goods such as food, such as pharmaceuticals, such as hygiene products, no further more than that. Of course, people that work within enterprises that provide light, communication, internet, water, and etc. do have to continue with their normal activities as they're going to provide these basic elements for us Peruvians.
Do you have to, is there any type of like restrictions or anything that if let's just say you're out and about and like a policeman sees you, do you have to prove to them that you're going to the store or like the pharmacy or anything like that?
Well, first of all, you're going to be well identified. You're going to have all of your proper documents with you. And then you're going to have a list of what you're going to be buying in order to be more precise or objective.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not going to a bank, to a pharmacy, or to a drugstore or a supermarket, you're going to be detained, and there's going to be a fine put on you, which is going to be a heavy amount. And the how you say this, like it's totally against the law. It's going to be kind of similar as if you were drunk driving.
Say that one more time, Julian.
That's what I mean. Is like the penalty that is going to be applied to you is going to have a lot of points against you as a citizen. It's going to be like how you say this, a heavy fine, such as up to the level of like drunk driving.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. An equivalent, not a precise equivalent, but yeah.
If you so because I know in the States to if like for example if you were pulled over for drunk driving, you would go to jail. You would get fined. I think it's like $2,000 now, and then you would have to. I think I'm not particularly sure if they would take away your driver's license. In Italy right now, if you don't have, if you're unable to prove that you're going to the store or pharmacy or whatever, it's a fine up to like €200.
Well, here it's going to be kind of the same. What I mean that you're going to get a fine equivalent to drunk driving. I mean that you're going to be sanctioned as because you're committing, how do you say this? Because you're threatening to the general public itself. As you could be carrying a virus, and if you don't have any justified direction, and you're just walking around or driving around because of the sake of it,
Mm-hmm.
that's the sanction is going to be put onto you under through the forces by the forces of law, which in this case would be the police or the air forces, army forces, whoever's doing the patrol round. But yeah, we are put under quarantine. We basically should not go out unless we want to acquire any of these said goods elements that I mentioned to you.
Mm. Um,
Apply for tourists as well, like all interprovincial borders, so interregional borders. You want to go from one city to another, it's not allowed neither. Our frontiers have been all closed. There's a lot of people stuck in the airports currently, but what they are doing is like reaching their embassies and trying to get some humanitarian flights in order to be repatriated, for calling it like that.
mhm.
But any further notice besides that? Nope. That's pretty much what's going on right now.
Is the airports closed where you're at? Is the Lima airport closed?
The Lima airport was closed up from Monday 0001. No, well, Tuesday with 0001 minutes
Mm.
or hours. I don't know how you got it. Like Tuesday with 1 minute. Yeah, that was when it closed all the borders.
So you said that so the tourists are unable to move through city to city. Is that the same with locals or
And it's the same with everybody here. Everybody
everybody?
within the country is gonna be put under the same circumstances or same conditions. until further notice or until the quarantine is over, which we still got 13 remaining days, 12 remaining days. Sorry,
This is day one, right?
it's a day three right
Day
now.
three, day
It's day
three.
number three. Yeah, we're not going crazy yet, so
Not
everything's
yet.
alright.
I mean, it's a very big shift and change for everyone around the
It's
world.
crazy.
I
Yeah,
know.
totally.
And so if you wanted to go to this next city over, you would have to have a really good reason. Is that what I'm understanding?
You must have justified documentation, which
Mm,
provides enough information to show to the officer that are going to stop you, because you're most certainly going to be stopped, as there's nobody walking around the streets. Yeah, if you have this document permission, then you might be allowed to carry on your trip, your travel.
mm-hmm.
But if it comes down with tourism purposes or no any relevant reason that can properly justify it, then you're gonna be put into jail for a couple of days, or you're gonna be retained until you can clarify your status.
And the streets are empty, you said, right?
The streets are empty. They are most of the time empty, unless like you see a couple of people going to the store to get some groceries, and that's it. Here, what the well, as it's Peru and it's a third world country, we don't have enough of healthcare systems implemented near developed. So what the president did was apply to the consciousness of the citizens themselves in order for us to reach them in case that we present any of the symptoms. The measure was taken straight away. The measure was taken when we had around 70 patients confirmed. So this is not a reactive measure. This is a preventive measure. Do you know
Wow.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, this is a preventive method, not reactive. It hasn't propagated much enough yet. So I think we've been put under the right circumstances at this point.
If
Like regarding the context that this whole thing is taking, and how the situation is developing in Europe.
how is the feel and the energy of where you're at uh, in regards to the response? Because it's not more of a reaction. It's because there's a lot of people in countries around the world right now who they're reacting in very different ways in the States, especially.
Well, it's gonna come down to the social status that you belong to, how well informed you are regarding it, how good you can cope with this situation.
Mm,
There's a lot of young entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs that are going to be heavily affected, as debts and salaries still got to be paid. The
mm,
economy is slowing down for sure. Well, when it comes down to my case, gladly we're gonna do fine because we have a good couch, a good money couch that can sustain us for the next couple of months. This isn't gonna shake us up that much, but there's a lot of people that live the day by day.
mm,
Well, I mean, like humble people or like people with low resources.
mm,
So these are the ones that are being the most affected. Yet the state compromised itself to give like a donation pack or some money back to these families in need in order for them to gather as much goods, first-hand goods as they can in order to sustain themselves for the next couple of days.
mm.
But yeah, of course, economy is gonna be slowed down. Some businesses are probably gonna get broke, gonna go broke.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it's being done what's gotta be done.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, it's that.
It's it's around the world that this is being felt,
Yeah.
and that's why I wanted to have this call with you. Thank you so much for speaking with me because there's not a lot of news that is coming out from other countries about their governmental procedures and what's happening. And I just happened to be in the same Facebook group because I was in Lima a couple of years ago,
Right.
and every country that I do travel to, I end up finding certain Facebook groups, of course, to join to navigate through these countries. And when I saw the post of the closure of the airports and the travel ban in Peru, and the panic of the
Of
tourists,
course, everybody going to panic, really.
yeah, everyone's going to panic. And so, and you were very helpful and just assisting those on that thread. So thank you for even just being calm and helpful. That's something that the world needs, is more helpful people in situations that a lot of other people are in dire straits, and to be stuck in a country that is not your country is very scary.
It must be very scary, and I'm so sorry for the ones that are traveling and have to be locked up within their hostels or their rooms. Yeah, so sorry because I'm a traveler. I'm a traveler myself, and I've been helped around when traveling so many times.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's part of us, like kind of a duty, to help others when they're in need or when we can actually just give out a hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So especially in this kind of situations where everybody is gonna they're gonna play to panic. A lot of people won't know what to do
Mm-hmm.
if they don't have the if they don't happen to have a strong mind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to just provide information around and try to make the waters be calm. Otherwise, it's gonna be even more of a worse experience for the traveler, tourist, or whatever.
Did anybody reach out to you after what you said in the post?
Couple of messages making redundant questions, but still had to be clarified. But yeah,
Okay, good. Okay. And um in do you have any do you guys have any plans in the next so many days in the 2 week quarantine that with you and your family? Do you have any type of like plans to, I don't know, like there's so many people around the world right now that are signed up for online Facebook yoga classes and meditation classes and workout classes. Is that a family activity that you guys are putting together or anything like that?
yeah, of course. Actually, we are spending more time together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cook myself,
Mm.
so I'm doing the meals for the family. Parents are helping out with the cleaning. My mom is taking like some online dancing classes. I'm doing some aesthetics, some calisthenics here in my house, in my yard. Gladly
Uh-huh.
have a house, so I'm not locked up into an apartment. I can do some walking around, which is great.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like basically reading books, trying to make the most out of this situation that keeps us locked up. Trying to organize ourselves, do some depurity of the things that we need and we don't need. But still, only the third day of quarantine, so we got plenty of work to do.
Yeah, plenty more to do.
Yeah,
Okay. And
yeah.
is there any precautions that you're taking that are besides just regular hand washing, and when you go out, are you wearing gloves, or is there anything that different that you're doing versus a lot of people, just the regular hand sanitizing, washing hands and the gloves?
Well, clearly, due to the circumstances that we have been put under, you just go out on the street, and if you see people going to the store, they're going to be wearing masks and gloves, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it already gives this kind of weird vibe in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just take the regular cautions, which are like doing frequent hand washing after touching money, touching a surface, or coming from the store. Just do a regular hand washing phase, like disinfecting myself, and that's pretty much it. We're on phase three. The virus not propagated in the air. There's no need to panic, but it's a preventive measure, as I'm saying once again.
Yeah.
We don't have like over 200 infected people with coronavirus. We got 120, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so there's no need to get into panic. I'm just staying calm and staying hygienic.
Calm and hygienic. That is
Yeah.
really it's a really good traits to be in the climate that we're at, in the
Yes, I think so.
high energy alert system that is having everyone on edge. So thank you so much for letting me know what's going on in Lima.
Well, thank you for caring so much around what's going on in the world and
Yeah.
trying to reach others in order keep people updated
Yeah,
with the actual
absolutely.
situation of the different countries.
Yeah.